New details emerging tonight about what brought police to a neighborhood near the state fairgrounds where a police officer shot a man last Friday.
Yeah, today our Rich and I talked to the woman who was watching her 4 grandkids and called 911 because she says her neighbor was having a mental breakdown and firing a gun.
Shots fired, 3919 Caroline Avenue, more to follow.
Police got the call about 11 Friday morning. 31-year-old Dontrell Hood, a convicted felon on house arrest, was firing shots from inside his house. Police say some of those shots left holes in the house across the street.
Hood lives here. The woman who lives next door was watching her 4 grandkids. She called 911 after hearing what she thought was 7 gunshots and getting her grandkids on the ground.
Female advised there's a male neighbor that is outside having a mental breakdown, currently shooting.
I spoke to that woman Tuesday. She declined to go on camera, but court records say before the shots were fired, Hood knocked on her door and asked, "Do you hear that?" She knows the man as Day and told him to go home. 5 minutes later, he knocked on the door again and pushed his way into her house with a poodle in his arms. She thought he had a gun in his pocket. He asked, "Do you hear them?" The woman convinced Hood to leave. Outside, she saw Hood take a gun from his pocket and point it at her house. Moments later, she heard the gunshots. Police confronted Hood in his driveway. They say he dropped the gun and was initially complying with orders until he turned around, ran back toward his gun, tripped and fell, crawled to the gun, grabbed it, and was starting to stand up when he was shot in the upper arm by Officer Connor Finch.
We're making apprehension. We need the medics. Have them come up, please.
In April 2022, police shot Hood with a less lethal launcher on the trail at Keystone Avenue in Fall Creek, in a very similar situation to Friday, not far away. Hood was allegedly in the creek shooting at people fishing. He was on house arrest for that conviction. In Indianapolis, Rich Nye, 13 News.
And Rich tells us Dontrell Hood is going straight to jail when he's released from the hospital to face multiple charges. He is scheduled for a court hearing Thursday morning, and he is being held 7 days without bond. You know, there have been 15 police shootings in Indianapolis this year.
Each with its own unique circumstances. You can learn about each of these shootings, find out where they happen, and get updates as we get them by going to WTHR.com.